Hello again, and a very warm welcome to Sunday Thoughts from Ardtrea Desertcreat. Thank you for taking time to join us today whenever you happen to be watching. Just a few announcements. Don't forget our food bank. We've partnered with another local church to help those who are struggling to pay food bills. So if you're coming out to church on a Sunday, if you can remember to bring some tinned goods or things that will keep for a while with you, and just leave those in the porch. We would appreciate that. Speaking of food bank, Mothers Union is back for the first time in almost 2 years in Desertcreat this Tuesday night. I think that's Tuesday the 9th of November at 8 o'clock. And a few ladies are coming to talk about food bank ministry. Everybody's welcome. If you're coming to Mothers Union, please bring again some food with you for the food bank. A couple of other things very quickly. It won't be long until Toy Sunday, the first Sunday in December, the 5th of December. So if you can bring a new unwrapped toy so we can see who it's suitable for, we'll fire those out to local charities to help people at Christmas. And finally, our good friend and former rector Brendan McCarthy has published his first novel. It's called Hypostasis. Available in good bookshops and also on Amazon if you just search for Brendan McCarthy. I think that's all the announcements. Here's a short reading from Matthew chapter 5. Now when he saw the crowds, he went up on a mountainside and sat down. His disciples came to him, and he began to teach them, saying, Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they will be shown mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called the sons of God. Blessed are those who are persecuted because of righteousness, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are you when people insult you, persecute you, and falsely say all kinds of evil against you because of me. Rejoice and be glad, because great is your reward in heaven. For in the same way they persecuted the people who were before you. You are the salt of the earth, but if the salt loses its saltiness, how can it be made salty again? It's no longer good for anything except to be thrown out and trampled by men. You are the light of the world. A city on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on its stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before men, that they may see your good deeds and praise your Father in heaven. These words are commonly known as the Beatitudes. Maybe beautiful attitudes or attitudes of being. Whatever they are a great illustration of life in this alternative kingdom that Jesus came to bring, the kingdom of heaven, where our normal earthly values are sometimes turned on their head and things appear to be upside down, topsy-turvy, inside out. Jesus teaches in this reading, blessed are the merciful, for they will receive mercy. Now, if you were to do a detailed search through the Old Testament and single out words that keep appearing again and again, mercy would be on that list of words. It's a word we use now and again, crops up in songs sometimes. I think Roy Orbison maybe used it in Pretty Woman. Duffy, the singer, begged for it. You could say it's one of the great words of the Bible, and yet, like many great words, its meaning has changed over time. And we tend to think we know what it means, but actually sometimes we get it wrong. Whenever we speak about mercy, we usually have in mind someone who's kind of been maybe let off the hook. Someone who maybe commits a crime, does harm, and then mercy is shown to them and they're shown grace rather than being treated as they deserve to be treated. But the word as used in the Old Testament has a more positive kind of meaning. It's about showing pity. It's about doing an act of kindness. It's about something we actively do rather than something we choose not to do. Mercy and loving activity go hand in hand. And the Bible talks an awful lot about God's mercy for you and me. And when we read about God's mercy in the Bible, you'll read things like God's mercy endures forever. We see evidence of God's mercy in nature. Psalm 119 says, "The earth is full of the mercy of God." In other words, look around you on a beautiful autumn day. Look at the leaves, look at the skies, look at the changing colour, and you'll see in creation the mercy of God, his loving kindness. In the book of Job, you can read that it's because of God's mercy that we have sunshine and rain. So you see, mercy is not just about holding back on punishment. It's about doing. It's about giving. It's a word associated with positive activity. Generally speaking, I'm sure you'll agree, the world can be quite an unmerciful kind of place. We prefer to insulate ourselves from pain and suffering. And as a result, many acts of mercy that should happen don't ever happen. Now, whenever Jesus said, "Blessed are the merciful, for they will be shown mercy," he wasn't implying that we earn mercy by showing mercy to other people, but rather, we can't really receive his mercy until we're showing mercy to others. In other words, if we have been on the receiving end of mercy ourselves and appreciate God's goodness, then we should automatically reflect that goodness and love and mercy to those around us. The writer of Proverbs reminds us, "Let not mercy and truth forsake you." And the Old Testament prophet Micah famously said, God requires three things of us: to act justly, to love mercy, and to walk humbly with our God. God expects his people to be people who are merciful to those around us. So how do we make a start at being merciful people? Well, I think maybe mercy involves outward-looking love. It's really the opposite of what you might call self-centeredness. It's the attitude of seeing someone's needs and being tuned into them rather than always looking at ourselves. I find a helpful way of understanding what it means to be merciful is to think of being in somebody else's skin or walking in somebody else's shoes, trying to feel what they feel, think what they might think, gain some understanding as to what somebody else is going through. And of course the problem is that we're often too self-centered. We're often so concerned with the busyness of our own lives, doing our own jobs, keeping our own houses, bringing up our own children, that sometimes we are unaware of those around us and the struggles that they face. The North American Indians apparently used to say, walk a mile in somebody else's moccasins before judging them. The comedian Steve Martin, I'm a huge fan of him, said this. He said, before you criticise a man, walk a mile in his shoes. And then he added, that way when you do criticise him, number one, you'll be a mile away, and number two, you'll also have his shoes. Joking aside, when we choose to live like that, we will discover we have a greater capacity to live lives that are merciful. The most amazing demonstration of mercy ever was when God became one of us in what we call the incarnation. In Jesus, God literally took on human skin, walked in human shoes or moccasins, felt with a human heart for about 33 years. He identified as one of us, and that's why he's able to understand us, why he's so keen to forgive us, because he can sympathize with all of our weaknesses. One last question then as we close. Who exactly needs mercy? Well, when Jesus spoke about mercy, he didn't elaborate because he didn't need to. Every day, God shows mercy to us, showers mercy upon us, as one of those things that marks his character. Even in the 23rd Psalm that many of you will know, surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. Day after day, God's love and mercy flows from heaven to us. Who needs mercy? We all do. Every single one of us. To be human means we need mercy. And there will be times when we can show mercy, and there will be other times when we're more aware that we need mercy. People in our community need mercy right now. People who are bereaved, people who are sick, people who are struggling with the after effects of COVID. We need mercy. And sometimes we think, oh, somebody else will do it. But look in the Beatitudes, Jesus calls us to this topsy-turvy, upside-down living. And one of the things he calls us to is to show mercy to those around us. Jesus said, blessed are the merciful. Thanks for listening today. Stay safe. We'll see you, God willing, next week online or in church for real for Remembrance Thoughts. Until then, stay safe and God bless. Here's some music recorded on a lovely summer's night by some of our friends from New Mills Silver Band. See you soon. Bye-bye for now.